What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age Mythology. Excuse me. I'm back with some more Age Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the right side of the map in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Ulysees. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is OGNENNYJ. The map is Ghost Lake. This is game number 4 of Champions League Season 2. For the Challengers League portion, top 1 playing top 1. Challenger League Finals. Challenger Championship, that's what we called it. I will become good at this at some point in my life. What can you do? What can you do? Yes. So, we've got the Odin here from OGNENNYJ. We'll be interested to see how he approaches this, because this map here, Ghost Lake, is actually a really, really good map for Odin. Odin is one of the few gods that can truly match Oranos' early game power. And what you can do with it normally is going to be able to push off the hunt. But in a situation like this, hunt on both sides of the map, this is a great map here for Ulysees, because he can go to both sides here. He can go to the caribou here and go to the caribou here. And he doesn't have to worry. He can get pushed off one and then it's fine. And then he can just play it how you normally play the Oranos versus Odin matchup. But normally on Ghost Lake, you only get like a couple of, like a very small amount of caribou and maybe like a little bit of boar here. So it will be interesting to see what OGNENNYJ tries to do. He's obviously got something planned here. He's kind of had a plan for every single map in this game, whereas Ulysees has just been trying to react to what his opponent does, given the first map there, which is blanking on Savannah. He went with the Loki, tried to get that to work, and then he went with the Isis on game number 2, tried to get the Pre-Siege to work. Game 3 went with the Kronos, and made that work. And now we'll see what he's got with the Odin here. I wouldn't be surprised to just see the standard Ulfsark Flood here, but honestly, these Oranos players have been getting better and better at dealing with the Odin flood, the Ulfsark Flood from Odin. So we'll see what Ulysees is going to try and do here. Honestly, he's got to start off with the Murmillo Terma and then go from there. On a map like this with this much hunt, it might not be a bad idea to try Oceanus. I do love saying it's a little bit troll, but the idea is that the plant is going to be able to defend your hunt from the push in. You go double military barracks and you get the Caladria, and you micro your Murmillo as if they are Loki Hersa, and you try and heal them back up. That way, you shouldn't fall behind really at any stage. But well, we probably won't be seeing that. We'll see Prometheus here. It's so much value. You get the extra hero citizen, you get 3 heroes, and you get 12 of them, basically, right? So you get 3 of those charges. But we'll see how this is going to go for Ulysees. OGNENNYJ does have his temple up. The Ravens coming out. Freya, God of Choice. No surprises, though. I don't hate Heimdall here, because you don't really go for the raiding cavalry. The Valkyries do come in fairly usefully, but so would Einherjar. So would Einherjar if you were going to build them, and then you don't have to worry about the 200 food from the Valkyrie. And then you also have this cool god power called Undermine, which can really help you pick off that early mana, which matters a lot in order to snipe off this food situation here. So a little bit of a innovation for Odin, perhaps. People have probably tried and probably say it's terrible, but I got to live my dream of people picking minor gods we don't normally see. But we are seeing Prometheus Freya here for the millionth time in a row. Feeling fantastic about it, though, as it's about to pop here. We've got the 2 villages, gold, 2 villages, wood, 3 villages, food for Ulysees, and 5 villages on wood for OGNENNYJ, 4 villages on gold, and 6 villagers on food. So the extra villager over on wood here for OGNENNYJ, that's going to be to get Lone Wanderer out really quickly. And then he might swap those over to the food situation somewhere else. We do see a relic getting grabbed here, the Ring of Nibelung. That is the 18 free gold there. A second. And if we check out this, we see hand axe coming through for Ulysees as well. I didn't notice another relic on the field here. We do see the ship of fingernail, so both the food and gold trickle relic here on the map as well. So it's always nice to see those. They're not game changing by nature, but they do give yourself a very nice boost in the old economy. So Ulfsark's now starting to come out immediate lone wanderer. Will he pull the villager off of wood here? Sometimes we see people go. Oh, I thought he did it then. Sometimes we see people go for these strats in order to get something fast out, and then they forget that they did it. So now what's going to happen is OGNENNYJ is going to float wood where he really needs the extra food situation. You see the Ursa coming over and hitting some of these caribou here for some reason. A little bit aggressive, if you ask me. And Ulysees just about to finish up on this hunt. So he does have the boar over here. He's got the caribou over here. So essentially, OGNENNYJ just needs to hit these two locations. Give up on this side. This is all done. All good. Go elsewhere. But the Ulfsark just about to... I have started spamming. OGNENNYJ will want to grab the medium Ulfsark before he really starts fighting a lot here. We can see it's 51 to 55 population, so it's small advantage for Ulysees. 9 villages for Ulysees as well. So it's slightly... Is it slightly in his favor? I mean, the villager... If you consider a citizen to be 3 villages, then like 9 times 3 is, what, 27? So he's quite a bit in front on the villager count, but that's how the game goes. Longhouse coming down now for OGNENNYJ on this location, as Ulysees is going to try and push in here, but the Ulfsark will come out very, very nicely, and this is just a little bit of a hit and run from Ulysees. He has to be very careful here because the damage that he gets done is sort of insignificant. So you can see this Ursa that took the damage early here. This guy will heal back up, and he heals up fairly quickly, as you can see. So all of this damage that was taken here is damage that is for life, whereas this is going to be coming back out. And that's one of the weaknesses there of Prometheus for the Oranos player. You don't get any healing in your camp. And now so I see some throwing axemen getting built as OGNENNYJ is waiting on his medium infantry to come through. You can see those citizens now coming over onto this boar, feeling fantastic about what they're managing to get here. And OGNENNYJ is missing really big power spikes that he potentially has in this game. See the throwing axeman here getting sniped as well. Really nice micro from Ulysees in order to do that. I don't like seeing the throwing axeman this early because that's giving the Termera value where they otherwise shouldn't get it. And that is possibly because there's these 5 villages on the wood line here. You could take 3 of these off and eat these boars over here as well, and feel completely fine and dandy about that because you're going to be able to get those houses up anyways with 2 villages on wood. You really don't need that many on wood. But we'll see how it's going to happen. And we see the Ulfsarks popping back and forward, but only building from 2 longhouses. I thought he grabbed medium infantry. No, that was Ulysees. Ah, I see. Ulysees grabbing the medium infantry. Now we see the Termera getting pulled back yet again. Ulfsark starting to flood. Well, sort of starting to flood. This is the slowest Ulfsark flood I've ever seen. But OGNENNYJ has no food left. He's going to return back into his base. He does have these 2 boars. He's also got the caribou over here if he decides he wants to fight. And at this stage, I mean, if you have to micro a little bit here with the Odin army. You can't go A-move your opponent. Grab half of your Ulfsark, come around the side and attack. Because if they ever decide to fight, what's going to happen is a lot of these Ulfsark in the back are going to bump into each other. And there's the shockwave for the engagement here as Ulysees is deciding he wants to fight. He's got the Carabalus in the back, and you can see these Ulfsark here not fighting as this is going on. And it's going to allow Ulysees to retreat, but 2, if Ulysees were to have taken the fight, as he is now, look at this. These units in the back just not fighting. So many of these Ulfsark here not fighting. You have to get those microed just a little bit. We are seeing the Prometheans doing a lot here, as the Ursa are not in plentiful numbers, but it is looking like OGNENNYJ is forcing Ulysees back here. Really nice fights from him, but Ulysees still at 96 of 115 population. He should be completely fine. It's double gold mine ghost. Like we see the villagers over here going for the second talent center. He's just going to spam jam that up with 3 citizen. He doesn't even care. This is a complete distraction as far as Ulysees is concerned. He does not particularly care about what OGNENNYJ is doing so long as he gets that town center. He doesn't care if it's taking a bad fight. Now we're seeing the villagers grabbing the goat onto this gold mine now. And we don't have the armory up. We have no attempt at going to the heroic age, which is incredibly important for the Odin players to get Skadi out in a timely fashion. Normally you're aiming at it to be around 10 minutes, 30 to 11 minutes in this matchup. Going up to full population in the Ulslag doesn't normally go that well. We are seeing alluvial clay coming through. This is an upgrade we don't see very often, but it gives the Prometheans so much extra HP. And you can see he's got these 2 here, extra 30% HP on top of 175. You're talking about a lot of HP there. You guys want to know what is it? I can't do the math. It's like 50 something, right? Anyways, you guys can laugh at me. That's fine. 50 something HP extra. We'll work it out when it's coming through. Look, and it told us. Well, boom. It gave us 52. I would say 50 something. I win. Anyways, Ulysees retreating back right now. OGNENNYJ on the offensive. The second town center is up. That does give this hunt all very simply to Ulysees. So that town center grab, very, very smart. But this game is not over. And this game may come down to the third gold mine technically in this thing. We see Aurora Borealis coming through for OGNENNYJ. He's deciding he wants to hang in the classical age here. This upgrade, he doesn't really improve anything but Valkyries. It's a pretty expensive upgrade. Bit surprised to see him grab it when he doesn't have to go for Valkyries in this situation right now. OGNENNYJ could have gone heroic age here instead of the Valkyrie and the Aurora Borealis. He could be upping. And then he could start making those Frost Giants instead. We see OGNENNYJ retreating back yet again. Some Hersa are coming in. But look, the Caraballas are in the back. Just do so much damage. Will we see any attempted box command here? It's what you sort of want to do with the Caraballas in your army so that you can't just pick them up as they're running away. But nice fight here for OGNENNYJ as... is it a nice fight for OGNENNYJ? It's looking like Ulysees is winning it pretty heavily with the help of those Caraballister in the back. The Valkyrie here, Shield Maiden Valkyrie, will be able to take down the Caraballister very quickly, though she dies incredibly quickly to those heroes. And it's 125 population to 76 population as Ulysees makes very, very short work there of OGNENNYJ's army. And that is the reason why you do not want to fight the Oranos in the classical age at this point. Just go heroic age. If you frost the Oranos army, then you can fight it. It's good. It's good. I mean, it's looking like OGNENNYJ going to have to retreat back to his home base now. He's got his armory up. The dwarves getting built. He does have these berry bushes here. Going to be able to eat those for a little bit. But, I mean, if OGNENNYJ doesn't get heroic age by the time his herdables are finished, that's tough. That's really, really tough. And we see OGNENNYJ is still pumping out those units as well. So we'll see what's going to happen. Will we see Thea coming through? Thea is the god of choice. Quite clearly, Thea is normally the god of choice in this matchup, but we do see Hyperion coming out, which honestly, a little bit surprising. Potentially, Ulysees sees an opportunity here to get a gold staff, so he's going to go for the Chaos timing push, which does give OGNENNYJ an option here with Frost to hit that counter timing, but it's looking like he's just continuously pumping out these low-value units. The low-value infantry here looks like the Caraballas are almost falling to the Valkyries. So there's just a lot of resources to throw down the drain, but Hyperion is almost here, and that's going to be those Valkyries getting sniped. So this Valkyrie does get picked off very, very quickly. Nice play from Ulysees here as OGNENNYJ does pick off all the Caraballister, and Ulysees has to retreat home. We do see he's got 2 military barracks up, 2 counter barracks up, trying to make Caraballister Murmillo a thing here in this matchup, as it's completely pure infantry for OGNENNYJ. Huge shockwave there from Ulysees, hitting literally every single one of those Norse infantry units there. The Valkyrie getting pushed back here. Hyperion just about to hit. Will we see Chaos instantly? He probably... Oh, he hits the full HP Valkyrie as well. Plus, 3 of those infantry units do get converted, and you can see that the Ulfsucks that get converted from Chaos give 0, basically, they go down to 2.7 damage instead of the classical age Ulfsuck, because obviously Gaia is in the archaic age. And Now Ulysees trying to push it. We see the Valkyrie is falling. The dwarves over on this location. Look at this Oracle. Please tell me that Oracle is so perfectly positioned. He sees one dwarf here. Perfection. Perfection, but I don't... Does he see that there's a... He doesn't see a blue dot here. He doesn't know. Okay, so he could have moved a little bit closer there. We see the villagers now moving over here onto the caribou. And OGNENNYJ still not advancing to the next stage. This is 3-town center Oranos against a 1-town center Odin stuck in the classical age. He's eating his hunt over here, but it's too little too late. OGNENNYJ taps out 14 minutes into the game. And wow, we were. OGNENNYJ loses. Ulysees wins the Challenger Championship and gets an automatic promotion into the Champions League season number 3. So if he's around then, he gets that invite. Come and play for the grand prize, playing against the likes of Chemo, Grand Monster, Shelty, Scardy. The list goes on. What a time to be alive. A really, really nice series here from Ulysees, showing his strength there. Quite clearly a very, very talented player. But you do have to ask the question here. If OGNENNYJ, instead of demanding fights against the Oranos, just decided to go heroic age here, would Ulysees' Hyperion have worked? I don't know. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed these games, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.